We saw Bass probably at his lowest point in the show so far. It looked as if he was looking up at someone, so I'm going to just guess that maybe Marco had turned up. I feel like Marco would be the first option in my mind because of how close we have seen their relationship build. But I guess it could be the brother. I hope it's not T. But the situation going on is getting darker and darker. There's also kind of two separate story arcs going on, but they have a common thread, which is T and the production. James also, I don't know if it was the wisest choice for him to stand up for T, to T in that moment, in that his threat, I don't know, I wish it was stronger. I wish there was more conviction in what he said there. I don't know what it means for him, but maybe it will make T take a step back. Probably not, because he's gotten away with it. It's such a sticky situation. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Now it's back to daytime. Before we had a lot of nighttime images. We're gonna see how Marco is feeling. Oh, he was not happy.
ฮัลโหล
พี่มาโหครับ
Bass. It is Bass.
ว่าไงบาส
พี่ช่วยลบคลิปได้ไหม
I personally don't agree with deleting the video.
บาสถ้าบาสไม่ลุกขึ้นมาปกป้องตัวเองอะก็ไม่มีใครที่จะมาปกป้องบาสได้หรอกนะ
This whole thing of
ค่าของตัวเองบ้าง
how do you help a victim or someone being hurt when see he's struggling so much.
พี่ปล่อยคลิปเลยก็ได้นะ
Clearly this was done in the studio. That's why there's green screen and while it's going past. So he's just in a studio. That's why it looks so obvious. Okay, because we had him looking up at someone. But actually might see the act.
Bad! 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 ใจเย็นบาสหายใจช้าๆบาสพี่จะมาช่วยผมทำไมอ่ะ
You kind of sent him a message. He had to do something.
เกิดคนที่รักบาสไง ไม่มีใครรักผมแล้วพี่ไง ที่รักบาสอ่ะ ไม่ชอบเพื่อนตัวเองไม่มีค่า
Because that's what he's been taught probably a lot of his life.
บาสมีค่าสำหรับพี่นะแล้วทุกอย่างจะได้โอเค
I wonder if he would see a therapist so he could talk through a lot of what happened to him. He doesn't have to say names if he doesn't want to.
พี่ตีดูเรื่องแล้วนะ
I think everyone knew about you. You're not subtle, but curious why he didn't allow him to say who did the picture. He's so relaxed, James, as if it just washes all over him. I don't know what that's like. I stress too easily.
พี่ตีเขาว่ายังไงบ้าง
พี่ตีบอกว่าเราคบกันได้
แล้วเจมไม่ได้โดนไล่ออกจากงานใช่ปะ
Well, you're lucky that you weren't fired.
เราก็
But
เปิ
I
ด
don't
เผ
know
ย
if
กันได้
because of what he has on him, he
อย่า
can.
ไปเจ็บปะจ้า
Without.
รไปเคลียร์กับบาสปะจิ้นกันแล้วเนี่ย โกรธกันงอนกันไม่ดีนะ
Oh, sometimes they say the people who hate each other the most show the best chemistry on camera.
ไม่เป็นไรเครื่องเตียงนั่นแหละ โทษดิ
เจมมีเบอร์
I
บาร์
think James gets it. He just understands the situation a lot better because he knows Bass is being sexually assaulted and has been probably multiple times. And it might not even be just from T.
สวัสดีครับ
ฮัลโหลบาสนี่กูเองนะ
บาสอยู่ในห้องน้ำเดี๋ยวให้โทรกลับนะ
อ้าว แล้วนี่พี่มาโคเหรอครับ
ใช่ครับ แล้ว
I hate this when putting someone on loudspeaker like
ผมอิด
this.
เองครับพี่
อ้าวอิดเหรอ มีอะไรฝากบอกบาสไหมฮัลโหลฮัลโหล
อ๋อเปล่าครับพี่ ไม่มีอะไรครับ
That is so weird. Their demeanors to one another is so different. All of a sudden, they seem to be okay with one another.
โอ้ย
You two were not supposed to like one another. People can't. I know it's fiction for the most part, dramatized, but you wouldn't get over your kind of awkwardness around one another that quickly.
พี่มาโค พี่อย่าเล่าเรื่องที่ผมทำวันนี้ให้ใครฟังนะ
At least he's got Marco now. He's got someone to talk to.
แต่พี่อยากให้บาสรู้นะ ว่าทุกคนพร้อม
Not everyone. And some people seem to be a bit more concerned about their lives than his, but that makes sense because I don't think everyone knows the full extent of what he's going through. Okay, now there's just sexual tension.
ทำไมชอบคิดว่าตัวเองไม่มีค่า
ก็ผม
Because he's always been told that.
ผมอยากให้คนอื่น มองผมว่าผมสำคัญบ้าง ผมอยากพิสูจน์ตัวเอง อยากเป็นคนที่ทำให้
So he cares too much about the opinions of others. I think that's a very human thing to do.
แต่ผมก็ถามตัวเองตลอดนะพี่
He's an actor as well. They care too much. Actors always care a bit too much.
แต่ผมก็
He also clearly is suffering from severe depression.
บาสมีความสุขไหม
These are nice questions, actually. Interested he's asking them now, but I feel like he's the only one who's ever asked Bass this.
บาสยอมรับตัวเองหรือยัง
You have to love yourself before anyone else can love you.
พี่อยากให้บาสลองมองตัวเองเป็น
My Anthony moment. Caged bird. Why it sings.
แล้วบาสอยากเป็นนกที่อยู่ในกรงหรืออยู่บนท้องฟ้า แต่ถ้ามันไม่สะดวกก็ไม่เป็นไรครับ
Yeah, he's not going to feel uncomfortable. Not with you. And you've been flirting, holding hands. I I really like the use of like the camera shots here and camera angles. They really build a story.
รู้แล้วว่าบาสอยากให้พี่นอนนี่
พี่รู้ได้ไง
แค่มองตาก็รู้แล้วปะ
That's why also we had that camera angle. So we can clearly his facial reactions.
เดี๋ยวมานะ เดี๋ยวไปหยิบ
See what I mean? It's very smartly done. A lot of the camera angles. It's the little hand thing. I don't know if anyone else does that, but see when someone rubs their hand over you or you do it to them, it's such a comforting thing. I feel like when you really are in a relationship with someone, you do that.
ทำอะไร
Of course you know, because you were awake.
คืนไหนเหรอจำไม่เห็นได้
You liar. Continuity.
ผมยังไม่ได้
I have to give it to Marco. Just went for it in that moment. No pussyfooting about. I mean, it's been pent up, these two, so I'm not shocked that it's culminating in kind of a steamy moment. Will he be okay with this, with everything that's happened though? So Marco's aggressive. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, where did he go? Did he set the bird free? Because it's symbolic here, with the cage. I don't think he should have let the bird go this seeing as the bird has always been with the family. So it wouldn't know how to climatize with other birds. Yeah, I like her. Because she puts up with a lot of nonsense from people in this industry, I imagine. Because one, probably being a woman, two, her job title. Job is...
ฮัลโหล
She's a good person.
ว่าไงมึง
มึงพอจะรู้ป่าว่าบาสอยู่ไหนอะ
ทำไมวะ
กูไม่รู้เหมือนกันว่าบาสอยู่ไหนอะ
มึงไม่ต้องรู้หรอก กูจัดการเอง
You don't need... He's literally like, none of your business.
อะไรของมันวะ
So, has he lost his career since
Yes,
coming
Bob.
forward? This is why he's had to go be a barista again? Or maybe he's just happy not in the industry.
สวัสดีครับรับอะไรดี
You need to talk. So I stated it before, there's a very nice use of certain angles, in camera angles, clearly from the director to get the point across, such as seeing Bass's reaction when Marco went back up to him when he thought he was leaving. That was very smartly done, I felt, because we spoke about they spoke about looking into someone's eyes and being able to see their true intentions. And for us as the audience, that means we got to see Bass's reaction to that moment. You know, the hopefulness that he would stay, the uncertainty of what was going on. This is something new for him. It's someone who clearly is one of maybe a few people who have truly been there, Bass thinks, for him. His family hasn't been the most kind towards him. If you look at how the father spoke to him on the phone, he's clearly had pressure on him. And I think parents and other people forget when you put so much pressure on someone, it manifests itself in different ways. And for Bass, he clearly has severe depression, and he felt his only option was to take his life, and that's a scary thing. This show probably is quite triggering for a lot of people, so I wonder if they should put warnings at the beginning of the episode that it deals with these subject matters, because it's very heavy, and I feel it's a very good topic to discuss, and I think it clearly needs to be discussed. And I think if people can have a respectful discourse about it, you can have a really nice discussion about what was going on in this show with Bass and his sexual assault. And it wasn't just him, as we saw at the end of Copral. Seeing him, and maybe they're having a discussion in the next episode, will make them both be able to move on with what happened to them. It's very hard to come forward and admit when someone's done something to you, especially if they are in a position of power. And that is a dynamic that we're seeing here. I do find elements of it strange in terms of how it was done, but I think it's because there's only 6 episodes. We don't get a long arc that can be drawn out. So that's why I find it a bit strange that Marco and Aid seem to have just this general respectful back and forth. And I thought, well, you two didn't like each other literally the day before. And so that to me feels, it's almost like an American style. Do you know, if you watch American shows, that how something big can happen and then they usually get over it in the next episode or two? That's how this felt. It also was a bit jarring that after the suicide attempt, that Marco and Bass were flirting. But people deal with things in different ways, but also we know that the relationship between them has been building up. You know, there's been attraction between them for probably in Bertha's sense, since he first laid eyes on Marco. Marco maybe just needed to have the rug pulled under him in terms of James's feelings for him. Uh, I don't know. We've got this last episode coming up, so we'll see what goes on. But it was interesting with, you know, the symbolic nature of letting the bird go and then having loads of birds fly in the air to imply that Bass is freeing himself from the cage. There was some really nice moments as well. You know, it wasn't so heavy, and that's okay because it's been so dark. We needed a little bit of lightness, and I think Bass and Marco have found comfort and solace in one another. And hopefully they can build on a relationship if they want to. I just worry for Bass, if Marco's not there at some point, that he becomes his crutch. But maybe the next episode will show him freeing himself from people's expectations and allowing him to live his own life. And I feel like Bass needs to really do that. And that includes his family, who haven't been clearly supportive in any way, quite frankly. It's a shame, but that's what some parents are like. And I think we all put pressures on people sometimes and expectations, and if they don't meet them, then there's an outcry. I wonder how they're going to deal with the fans and rumors that go around, because I think a lot of fans can separate a show from a character. Some fans can't, and that's where it becomes a bit worrisome. But I think most fans can. But it's okay to call fans out as well. I do. I think it's healthy to say you need to let us live our real lives away from the show. Thank you for watching. That was episode 5, and I will be back in a minute with the finale episode.